In this video, I'm going to announce the winning photo of the photo challenge for balance and symmetry. Hi, my name is Tim Shields. I'm a landscape photographer, and once a week I hold a photo challenge where a prize is awarded, and you can enter this photo challenge by joining the Tim's Photos Academy group on Facebook. So let's get started. This particular challenge was specifically for balance and symmetry. I was looking for photos where there is an equal amount of weight on either side of the image. So you'll notice today that I'm wearing my Seattle Seahawks football shirt, and that is in honor of our first photo from Tim Poitevin from Seattle. This is the Seattle skyline. So on this one, the constructive feedback is regarding the composition. The city skyline in the middle is the main subject of this photo. It's the yummy goodness right in the middle, and it's too difficult to see. It's too small. If this photo was zoomed up more and maybe cropped so that the left side was here and the right side was here, then it would enhance the overall look of this photo. Now, on the other side of the coin, if this was printed 16 feet wide, it would look fantastic to be standing in front of it. The detail on this panorama would be great, but we're talking about an online photo contest here, so that would be my constructive criticism, is to crop this out so that the main subject is really front and center and what we're seeing in the photo. Next one is from Johnny Deal. Another glass ball photo from Johnny. Super creative. It's balanced. There's symmetry on each side. I really like the photo. Well done, Johnny. Next one is from Peter Uy. This is obviously Paris. I like this photo. In order to make this like a stunning fine art type of photo, I would have liked to have seen the photo taken with either early morning light or late evening light, sunrise or sunset. This is a midday photo. It looks great, but it could be even greater if it was taken with blue hour type of light. This one is from Calogero Domino, and he converted this into black and white. And I find this photo to be super interesting. It is balanced left to right, it's symmetrical, but seeing all these people in the photo, everyone is doing something different, looking at something different. This is a really, really good photo. I like it a lot. This one from Phil Conforti, he converted this architectural image into black and white with a black sky. There's nothing negative I can say about this one. I like it a lot. I could see this printed and framed and on the wall of an office. Looks fantastic. This one from Gordon Rowland, and great job of this bridge. The constructive feedback I would give on this one is that in order to make this a wow photo, it needed to be taken in blue hour light. So taken during that time, after the sun has gone down, but before the sky has completely become black, as is the case here, and you get those big halos around the lights. If this was taken in blue hour light, I think it would be an even better photo. This one from Jabby Sands. Great sunset photo from Thailand, I think, and not much that I can point out on this one here. Great light, great sky, drama in the sky, good symmetry, got this formation right in the middle, well done. This one from Tanya Maria Liepens, and two things on this one. Number one is that the distant trees have a little bit of an HDR look, which is possibly caused by too much clarity in Lightroom. I would increase the blacks just to have a little more contrast in those distant trees. And since this is a balance and symmetry photo challenge, let's talk about how to line up on a structure like this. You can, when you're taking the photo and you're there with your tripod and you see something like this, you can see clearly there are 7 boards going across, which means that there is a middle board, which is this one. And if you were to have put your tripod exactly over this middle board, it would give you perfect balance and symmetry. Now, I'm not criticizing this photo for balance and symmetry. It does look great, but I'm just pointing out, if you have a giveaway with the number of boards and you're trying for that perfect symmetry type of shot, then count the boards and put your camera over the middle one. But this one looks really good, Tanya, so well done. This one is from Eric Oberman from 2 Medicine Lake in Glacier National Park. I was just there. This is a wow photo. Look at that reflection. Look at the sky. It looks fantastic. If I was to improve on this photo, there's something that needs to be cropped out in the bottom left down here. Doesn't really detract much from the photo though, and it's maybe a little bit too blue. It could be warmed up maybe just a little bit, but it's a great photo. This one from Leonid Sheckman. I like this photo a lot because this is a nature photo and you can't tell those two swans where they need to move in order to make this great shot. To improve on this photo, assuming Leonid was taking the photo with a high resolution camera, I would crop everything out like that so that the main subject of the photo and the reflection is the entire photo. I find this this background back here and this foreground to be distracting and taking away a little bit from the beauty of these two birds. This is just so artistic, all these curves, the perfect symmetry of it. Like it's like a 1 in a million photo to find two birds like this. Assuming it wasn't done in Photoshop, and I don't think it was. So that would be my advice, is to crop it out so it's just the two birds. This one from Asa Solvi from Norway. I love this photo. Love, love, love. It's like a perfect X. See, from the top left down to the bottom right, and from the top right down to the bottom left. And it draws the eye right to the middle of the photo. You have a leading line going down the middle, and the light source is right here. This is an amazing photo, but to improve on it, I would be using the brush feature in Lightroom, and I would be brushing this road and increasing the amount of brightness on the road so that your eye is even more drawn down to the middle where the light source is. I also find that it's maybe a little too dark on the left and the right. The sky looks great. Wonderful photo. Excellent job. This one from Nelson Rudiak. Another fantastic one from Nelson. Just a really minor thing to tweak on this one is that in the sky up in the top right side, top right corner, there's some ghosting where the trees are meeting the blue sky, and that is often caused by too much clarity or sometimes caused by dropping the highlights down to -100. So it's just something to watch. I find that it crops up where a very dark part of the image meets a bright part of the image, and it's something to watch. Maybe a little too blue on this water here, could be warmed up just a tad, but what a fantastic photo. I love it. And this one from Alan Stutt, my advice on this one is that you have to ask yourself, what is the main subject of the image? What's the one thing you really want viewers to look at? And for me, it's the snow-covered mountain. And I find that it's maybe just a little too low, which means there's maybe a little too much of the cloud in the sky. So I would have cropped it just so that this main subject, which is the snowy mountain, would actually be in the middle of the photo. But this is a fantastic one. Maybe bump up the greens in the foreground as well, but that's a matter of taste and preference, and it's your call. This one is from Darryl Brooks, and it's a fantastic reflection. He timed it so that this little fisherman in a boat is within the frame. Very good photo. It, to me, has a little bit too much of an HDR look in the trees. I used to love the HDR look, but I'm a proponent of a more natural looking photo now, and I would make a recommendation for maybe bumping up the black slider just a little bit to increase the contrast in this area of the trees so it doesn't have that HDR look. And now we get to the winning photo. So the winning photo is going to Tommy Annalie Larsson, and he took this photo in Sweden. This is what I call perfect balance and symmetry with an amazing wow factor. I noticed on this one that in our Facebook group, this photo had almost double the number of likes, comments, and shares as the second runner-up photo. And the people in our Facebook group obviously really loved it. I love it too. It's a very original composition with this perfect balance, perfect symmetry. He's got the railing level, perfectly horizontal. This long walkway leads the eye down to the middle, and it just so happens there's a sunset bursting, exploding out of the clouds right above the building. Well done on this one, Tommy. This is absolutely fantastic. One little thing for improvement that I would recommend would be to increase the blacks. It doesn't need, you don't need to have everything in your photo lit. In fact, if you want a photo to be even more interesting, then don't light it all. And it seems like there's just a little bit too much that's lit maybe underneath. And it's not a problem to reduce that black slider in Lightroom to create some blacks down there, because it would be natural that there would be blacks down there. Having said that, wonderful photo. It's a well-deserved win on this one. I really love the photo. So Tommy wins my Signature Profiles collection. This is an add-on into Lightroom CC, Lightroom Classic CC, and Photoshop CC, and it helps you to edit your photos faster and easier with less work. And Tommy wins this Profiles collection. And if you are interested, you can see the Profiles collection on my website, which is timsphotos.com, and you can buy the collection for $27. So let's talk about the next photo challenge. And the next photo challenge is for photos taken during the blue hour. And what I mean by the blue hour is the time when the sun has gone down, so you're not seeing an obvious source of sunlight in the photo, but before the sky has gone completely black. So you can see in this photo that I took of Vancouver, this is a panorama image, we have that time of the evening. We call it the blue hour, but it does not last for an hour. There's usually this perfect lighting time that sometimes lasts only 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but it's that time of the evening when the amount of brightness in the sky usually equals the brightness from cityscape buildings. Now, the competition is not just for cityscapes, it's for any outdoor or landscape photo, but it's that time of the evening or early in the morning when there's a balance between the amount of light that's in the sky and the amount of light that's on the land. So I'll show you one more example of a blue hour photo, and it's this one that I took here, another panorama from Horseshoe Bend in Arizona. And again, it's that time the sun has gone down and the amount of light in the sky is just about balancing out and becoming equal with the amount of light on the land. So that's our next photo challenge. It is for blue hour photos. You need to tag your photo with hashtag TimsPhotos106. And if you would like to enter this next photo challenge for blue hour photos, then just join the Tim's Photos Academy Facebook group and enter your photos in there. Thanks very much, everybody. I will see you in the next video, and please make sure you submit your blue hour photos. This is a place where we learn about landscape photography, and I'm really enjoying this process and sharing this journey of photography with all of you. Thanks so much. See you soon.